It was supposed to be just another quiet walk, but as Rango wandered the stormy shoreline, something felt ... off. The waves crashed louder than usual. The wind carried whispers he couldn't explain. And in the distance, half lost in fog, stood a crumbling lighthouse, abandoned, forgotten, yet calling to him with a silence so loud, it pulled at his bones. Rango squinted through the storm, heart ticking faster. What was it about that lighthouse ... that felt like it had been waiting for him? Rango stepped inside the forgotten tower. The door creaked like it hadn't opened in years. Dust danced in the dim light. Strange, childlike drawings were smeared across the wall's cartoon eyes, twisted mouths, symbols scratched with rage. Every step echoed. The air felt heavy, as if memories clung to it. He didn't know what he was searching for, but something inside this place had waited too long to be found. In the corner, beneath a pile of broken wood and rusted metal, Rango found a small box. Inside was a single DVD, smeared in something dark and dried. No label, just 3 words scratched deep into the plastic: Red Mist. His fingers trembled as he held it. A strange coldness crept into the room. The silence grew heavier. He didn't know why, but he had to play it. The old laptop wheezed as it came to life. Static flickered. Then an old SpongeBob episode began, but everything felt wrong. The colors were muted, the laughter reversed. The title screen appeared: Squidward's Suicide, Red Mist. In dripping red letters. Rango leaned closer. On the screen, Squidward sat in silence, staring. No music, no sound, just the beginning of something awful. Suddenly, the silence broke. A scream, high, piercing, ripped through the speakers. Rango clutched his head, shaking. On screen, Squidward's eyes bled black. His mouth opened wider than it should. Behind him, shadowy figures flickered, twisted. Versions of SpongeBob, lifeless children, faces distorted. The scream didn't stop. It wasn't just part of the video anymore. It was inside the room. Rango's breath hitched. The screen flickered, and Squidward turned his head directly at Rango. A slow, knowing blink, and then blood began seeping from the laptop's base. Behind him, a shadow moved, something with long, wet limbs. Reality bent. Rango wasn't watching the episode anymore. The episode was watching him. He ran, panic pounding in his chest. But as he reached for the exit, the lighthouse door slammed shut on its own, hard. The wood beneath his hand cracked and bled. Behind him, the glow of the screen grew stronger. The DVD kept playing on its own. Whatever was inside that disc wanted him to stay. The screen distorted again. Squidward now held a shotgun, staring blankly. Behind him, the walls of his room bled. His clarinet sat beside him, broken. Then images flashed: SpongeBob mutilated, Sandy with black pits for eyes. The episode wasn't about cartoons anymore. It was about pain, hopelessness, and something worse, crawling in from the dark. Then, the impossible happened. Squidward moved off the screen, crawling, dragging, one bloody tentacle after another. His eyes were hollow, crying ink. His clarinet let out a warped, broken note. Rango froze, mouth open, heart thundering. The cartoon had come alive. Rango dove into a cabinet, breath shallow, eyes wide. Through the slits, he saw its Squidward crawling across the floor, whispering something, his name. The creature paused. Its head twisted unnaturally, turning to face the cabinet. Rango didn't blink. didn't move, because if he did, he knew it would see him. The room groaned like it was alive. Walls melted. The floor split. Everything TV static. Shadows, ink pulsed around him. Rango ran, his boots slipping across liquid black. The air hissed. He saw flashing eyes in the ceiling. Voices whispered, in broken cartoon tones. The lighthouse wasn't a building anymore. It was a gate. Rango fell through nothing and landed in a place he should have never seen. Bikini Bottom, but not the real one. A warped, dead version. The buildings sagged like corpses. The sea was red. Jellyfish floated, twitching mid-air. And in the middle of it all Rango stood, choking on silence. Inside the broken, crusty crab, the shadows gathered. Patrichar gone, sandy-stitched eyes, Mr. Krabs dragging broken claws. They didn't scream, they didn't speak. They only whispered one name. Squidward. Rango backed away. These weren't characters, they were victims. From the black, he emerged, taller, twisted, bleeding. Red mist, Squidward towered above Rango, clarinet in hand. He didn't speak, but the air screamed around him. Rango stood frozen, the weight of every soul behind Squidward pressing in. This wasn't a villain. This was a curse. In a final, desperate move, Rango slashed a tear in the world with a broken shard. Squidward lunged his tentacle wrapping tight around Rango's ankle. He pulled, harder, slipping into the light. Behind him, Bikini Bottom crumbled. One last scream, and then darkness. Rango awoke on the beach. The storm was gone. The sky warm, the ocean calm. He stood, shaking, the sand cold beneath his feet. He turned to leave, then stopped. Near the waves lay the DVD, red mist, pristine, waiting, and faintly, from the deep sea, the clarinet played.